Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines here, ladies and gentlemen, as we could be days away from the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Not so fast, says Perry Ann Boring from the Chamber of Digital Commerce, as Senator Warren's Ban Crypto in the United States bill was crafted by, oh, wait till you find out who crafted that bill, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what else? We need to hear about the size of this market that Ripple is after. And you're going to hear about Giancarlo tell you exactly why stablecoins are so important, not for the digital revolution we're in, but for the US dollar. We got that in technical charts for XRP. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, we're at $1.68 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 5.5% in the last 24 hours. Right now, that puts Bitcoin at 42,900 plus. That puts Ethereum at 2,200 plus. We see Tether market cap 90.9 billion plus. XRP at the number 5 spot right now. We're looking at 61 cents. We're up 3% in the last 24 hours, but still off by 1.8 in the 7-day. We'll keep an eye on it. Range of price very quickly. 59 cents on the bottom, 61 on the top. We'll keep an eye on it, as we said. The news of the day is yesterday we launched the ticket and the website capability for XRP Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, the largest XRP conference in the world. Right here is where you buy XRP Las Vegas tickets, and there are a couple different events that you could choose in capacity. You get a general admission ticket or a VIP ticket. They're both 2-day tickets. And you could also choose to buy a ticket to the after party that is going to be happening as well. Or you could go down here and click on the fundraiser ticket and join the Chamber of Digital Commerce and join us for that. We'll get to those guests in a moment, which are absolutely staggering, and book a room at a discount by clicking this button. We've got it all set up for you, and you won't find a room better or closer. It's right on the property. And look at the guest of honor at the fundraiser here for Chamber of Digital Commerce. Shout out to Perry Ann Boring and everybody over there working so hard. Brad Garlinghouse, John Deaton, Michael Arrington, and Chris Giancarlo, the honorable one himself. Look, this is going to be remarkable. And again, wait till you see everybody that's going to be on stage, like Chris Giancarlo, Perry Ann Boring, Quincy Jones. We got John Deaton, Eleanor Terrett. We got Uphold. And you won't believe everything that's coming. I can tell you that. So hold on to your hat, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot more coming. But I tell you, also, if you're interested, you can go here to the sponsor section. If you're interested in being a sponsor or exhibitor, fill out an application and we will contact you back and talk about what capacity you'd like to participate in XRP Las Vegas. So make sure you click and fill that out. We check that daily. And also, real quick to tie this up here, because it's important for you to know, XRP Las Vegas is a really special event. And yesterday was really another landmark way of showing that. Ticket sales were insane. So what a great holiday gift this makes. Do not mess around. I'm telling you, I've had so many people at the last event come to me and go, what do you mean you're sold out? I'm telling you, this event will sell out. It is not hype. The last one sold out. This one is obviously going to sell out. It is clear from the sales yesterday that the time will be limited. Now, remember, last year sold out in 60 days. It was less than 60 days. So just be very careful. Please get your tickets. Understand what you're purchasing. It is going to be a remarkable event and experience. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, right here, we start with this. CEO's grayscale, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen to this, CEO.
Timeline, because that's what everyone is wondering about. Their market consensus seems to be that the SEC will go with a common clock approach, that it'll approve and allow all the pending applications to list on the same day. There's also speculation that GBTC, it might not actually convert on that same day. What do you think is behind that speculation?
Well, I think the SEC now has, certainly on the heels of our court decision earlier this summer, where the DC Circuit actually ruled that the SEC was acting arbitrarily and capriciously. I think that the SEC should and does in fact want to create an even playing field. And so we've publicly been advocates of the fact that when the commission is ready to give the requisite approvals for spot products to come to market, that it should be done all at once. The issuers who are operationally ready to launch their products should come out the gate all at once. And I'm certainly proud to share with you, the Grayscale team has been operationally ready to uplist GBTC for a long time now.
There you go. So they're ready, and we could be days away here. It could be today, in fact, if they want to, right? But some are citing January 8th, January 10th for the last possible window of a sweeping approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, Eleanor Terrett reminds us here, as James Seifert does, Update Wisdom Tree also filed their amended S1 for their spot Bitcoin ETF. Eleanor says, looks like BlackRock didn't want to be left behind. The new filing shows they, like their fellow applicants, are going the cash create route, which the SEC government agency prefers, and that's where they're going, as you can see right here. So appreciate all of them sharing that information here. And here is the excitement, ladies and gentlemen. This is a commercial from Bitwise. Let me play this very quick clip.
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin. Look for Bitwise, my friends.
Yes. Oh, it is him. Stay first thirsty, my friends. Look, you know, what's interesting here is I want to think about projecting that if January 8th, January 10th does become the window for this approval of mass applications for spot Bitcoin ETF, you know, just 1 month, damn near to the day, we'll see the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, the largest, most watched event in the world. Now, take that approval of those applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs and imagine what kind of commercials, possibly like this one, that you will see during the Super Bowl, driving a massive wave of FOMO and people participating into this market and this new product, investment product that has not been available before. Okay, now let's change gears, but staying in the same lane, right? And that is the new bill that has been put forth by Senator Elizabeth Warren, which is bothersome because it is to ban crypto in the United States, as Perry Ann Boring and the Chamber of Digital Commerce refers to as the Ban Crypto in the United States bill by Senator Warren. Guess who wrote the bill? The American Bankers Association. Listen to Perry Ann tell you who told her.
Senator Marshall talked about the bill, the digital asset anti-money laundering legislation, which I'm calling AKA the Ban Crypto in the United States bill. He shared, and I don't think this was known, but he shared that the American Bankers Association wrote the bill.
Well, there you have it. Isn't that what I've been saying here on the channel? Elizabeth Warren is doing the bidding for the financial world, for the banks that are lobbying her because they've given her more money than we have. That's what's going on here. See that? See how easy that was? This is how politics really work. You know, I have a story here in Maryland when I was inventing a product for a certain industry that was being created here in Maryland. I don't want to say here. I think you can gather what it is. It was a opening up of a medical industry here in the state of Maryland. That should help you a little bit. And I had invented an app to help with the onset of bringing that industry to Maryland residents and medical patients. And in doing so, I learned that if I wanted to help stop something that was actually in front of crippling the industry that was coming to my state, I could have donated $50,000, and a certain portion of that, a small portion, would have went to the actual lobbyists, and then the larger portion would have went to the majority whip and the minority whip of each party, not one party, of both parties. And then I was guaranteed that that would be struck down, so that bad thing wouldn't happen to the industry that was coming to my state at the time. That is how politics work. And I know that because that lobbyist at that time took me to the offices of the right side and the left side of the aisle and guaranteed me, they guaranteed me if I put the money up that would be done. As it worked out, I didn't have to put the money up because someone else did, and it was done. But I found out how the sausage was made. And that really is the way the world works in politics, right? And that's why I have such a disdain for them. But thank goodness we have Chamber of Digital Commerce out here exposing this. And she goes on to say they even have a recording of it, which they will be releasing later. You know, this is so important that we get this out, because this could begin to dismantle Elizabeth Warren and the wind that she's got in her sails for her ban crypto in the United States bill. It's got to go, and so does Senator Warren and anyone backing it. And here we see the efforts to do exactly that and bring crypto regulation in a way that can elevate innovation in this country, not stifle it. Take a listen to this quick clip here.
3 allied political action committees funded by leaders of the crypto industry will be kicking off 2024 with a combined $78 million as they try to be key influencers during the upcoming election cycle. The super PACs, Fair Shake, Protect Progress, and Defend American Jobs, made the announcement today. Since officially launching earlier this year, Fair Shake has raked in donations from more than 20 influential players in the crypto space, including crypto-friendly venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, Coinbase, and tech executives Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. Of course, the crypto industry's biggest donor last cycle was Sam Bankman-Fried. This year, he's been convicted of 7 criminal counts, but during the 2022 midterm election cycle, SBF donated more than $36 million to campaigns and PACs. Prosecutors allege some of that money came from FTX customers.
If we could take $78 million and actually back it with great companies like Ripple, Coinbase, and Circle and others, well, then I think we could actually get good things done instead of having Gary Gensler turn a blind eye to the second largest Democratic donor and watch him spoil the industry. Here we see the spotlight keeping a reminder of what's to come here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the numbers here on Ripple and the CBDC platform. Each solution is built on a private ledger that is based upon the XRP ledger technology. Over a decade of proven performance. 80 million plus closed ledgers since 2012. Ripple's CBDC platform consists of several modules to enable CBDC issuance, operations, and ongoing management. And looking at a projected $5 trillion total estimated CBDC in circulation till 2033, over the next 10 years. And I bet that number actually explodes. But let's talk about this. Because there was a bill passed recently, and I want you to hear about it in the committee of the House. And I want you to hear this gentleman talk about it here. This is Hyung Tran.
The House Financial Services Committee has passed a bill to really constrain the authorities and the regulators from regulating crypto assets, including stable coins. If this bill becomes law, it basically will push the US toward issuing privately issued stable coins backed by the US dollars, but not central bank digital currency, a digital dollar. That will open up a key fragmentation between many other countries. We'll have CBDC, and the US only stable coin but no CBDC. And that will impact the role of the US dollar as the key reserve currency and transaction currency in the financial system at the moment, and also the role of the US in participating and helping to guide development of future financial regulation.
So inside of that, what I'm hearing is it is a strategic play to not develop a CBDC, but to launch the stablecoin industry in a legislated, regulated fashion first. And think about the demand that could create for U.S. treasuries in dollars to back all of these stable coins. Imagine, like Ashish Birla had said a year or two ago, imagine every bank having their own stable coin. It would require them to hold all of these treasuries to back up 1-to-1 or a surplus, wouldn't it? This is one way to begin to soak up all the dollars of the world through a new launch of a stablecoin industry. And here is the man himself. This is Giancarlo here saying exactly that. Take a listen to this.
do. I mean, innovation is going to happen. The internet is going to do to finance and banking and money what it's done to so many other things. That's going to be very disruptive.
That's right.
And we at the United States that benefited so greatly from the old-based analog system, unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of saying, it's going to be too disruptive, let's just not do it. It's going to happen. And so we can either, choose to lead, follow, or just get out of the way. And I very much hope we'll lead.
Do you want to say anything about stablecoin regulation, either in the US, where it's still a very active topic, or anywhere else? And what are the important things to get right on that?
Well, I very much support a regulatory regime for stablecoins. We need to do it. We need to clarify regulatory boundaries amongst the different regulators. We need to create a good licensing regime for stablecoins. We need to make sure that stablecoins' claims of stabilization are accurate. We need to determine what those stabilization mechanisms work, if they're based on the dollar, and how that works. So I'm a big supporter of the stablecoin legislation that's been introduced in the House, with one caveat. I published an op-ed in the Hill magazine where I said there's one flaw in the legislation, and that is it doesn't speak directly to privacy. And we cannot allow stablecoins to become the new social media platforms that governments can pressure to ban otherwise lawful transactions in the same way government leaned on social media platforms to ban otherwise lawful speech.
This is why Chris is so important to this space. He gets it. He absolutely gets what happened. And if you can do this, he goes on to say, if you can properly design the integrity of how this is regulated and built and launched, then you can in fact create the strongest demand for a stablecoin dollar. Because the right to privacy will be designed and built into the characteristic of that stablecoin. But you got to be very careful that you don't let happen to private stablecoin entities like what happened to social media and how they worked as a third arm to the government to provide censorship to its people. That is the sickest thing that we've seen, and we can't allow that to happen. Chris is so spot on there. And the demand that it would create for treasuries to back the stable coins created would help soak up the demand for all the printed dollars around the world. Be a very, very smart, calculated move. Let's take a look at the charts real quick here. XRP on an uptrend. If you can't spot this uptrend, says Ed Greg Crypto, what more can I do for you, he says. Men who can both be right and sit tight are uncommon, from Jesse Livermore. That's a great statement. And here you can see the chart right here, and this is where we are. We're in the middle of these X's here. I love where we're at. I love watching all of this every single day. I love it. And then there's this. Will it be the blue? Will it be the yellow? All I know is if it ends up going where the end of each arrow goes, I'm okay with it. Right? That's if we pull back hard or pull back soft, however it goes, I'm here for it. I just want to watch it happen, and I believe we will get to see it happen at some point, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you will join us and dare to join us, digperspectives.com in the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting into it today. There's a soft coup underway, and you need to know about what it is, and it is no joke, ladies and gentlemen, and it is absolutely something we should all be aware of and begin to figure out how we are going to mount the fight to disable the organization that is absolutely committing that soft coup on the world. And control your food, control your people. That's another video you need to see that is very, very important to where we are in this moment in history for mankind. And I hope you join us in the Freedom Zone to check it out. That's where we're going right now. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.